Cultivating Calmness Podcast. I'm your host, Kaela Vance, and today I want to talk a little bit about this past Friday and the conference that we just had, our very first conference, and it went amazingly, if I have to say so myself. And I definitely could not have done it without my husband. He was the person who arranged everything. That's why he's my business manager, tech guru, event planner, everything. If you need an event, he's your guy because he makes everything look and feel amazing. So I just wanted to kind of recap a little bit about how the day went. So we had these awesome programs that, again, my husband did put together, and it laid out everything, that was going on for the day, all of our presenters, as well as all of our sponsors, and had little bios for everybody, and then a bunch of notes pages for all of that. So, you know, this was something that I knew was happening, but there were a lot of things that I didn't know were happening that he also took care of. So we spent weeks and months preparing for it. Over the last few weeks, lots of things were arriving in our garage to get everything ready. Unbeknownst to me, my husband had actually been planning on having goodie bags, which is something that I've only gotten at certain conferences. And since we wanted this to be more of a wellness conference, he kind of, I think, took it off of some of those conferences and decided to try to get some donations from different wellness type companies and providers, whether it was locally or nationwide. And he was able to secure several different things for those, as well as different coupon codes and things for, again, local and non-local businesses for all of the attendees. Now, this was a counseling conference, but it was more of a wellness conference, integrating mind, body, and spirit into your mental health practice. And with that, for me, includes a lot of holistic care. So that is what we wanted to incorporate into this. So everybody who attended received a goodie bag, again, had coupons and different sponsor items and several products from Earthly. Earthly is a local company, a natural wellness company. They have lots of different products, skincare, makeup, cleaning products, herbs and tinctures and teas. And I'm probably forgetting things, but they were amazing, and they provided us with a bunch of goodies that we could give not only all the attendees, but our sponsors, and some enough to give out goodie prize baskets. So that was awesome. That was a little extra thing we were able to do, is to raffle off some prizes. And I was surprised by that and was happy to do it. So I'm just glad to send 5 or 6 people home with different prizes. So that was awesome. Little things that just make a big difference were, like, we had signage. So we had signage like at the road, at the door. And then something that I didn't know was happening until I walked in the door were stickers on the floor, kind of leading you up to the conference. And so that was a nice little surprise. There were signs in each of the elevators, and now it was on the 6th floor. So we kind of needed that so people knew where they were going. But I had attendees telling me that, they knew this was a good conference when they saw that there were signs in each of the elevators. So good job to my husband with that one as well. I want to give a special shout out and special thanks to all of our amazing sponsors. We had Within Health and Emerald Psychiatry, Sun Behavioral Health, and I know I'm forgetting one. Oh, and the Pathlight Mood and Anxiety and Eating Recovery Center, they were all there. And then our CEU sponsor is Strong Blossom Incorporated with Michelle Rizzer. And she does all of our CEUs for not only our luncheons and now for our conference. And she's amazing as well. That seemed to go off real smoothly. You were able to fill out your forms and do all those things online, just like you might at a national conference. As some of you know, if you've been listening and following, I attended the ACA conference just about a month ago now. And you were able to fill out the CEU questionnaire, which you have to do in order to get and receive a CEU right after you completed your course. And people were able to do that here at our conference as well. So good job to Michelle and my husband for arranging that and setting that up. So I know I am like kind of the face of a lot of things, but a lot of the background work is a team effort. And when it comes to the technical side of things, I have less of a role in all of that and more of an assistance role in some of that. So if you enjoyed the conference, if you attended and you liked it, special thanks to all of the helpers, not only just my husband, but then we had several people there that day helping out. Let's see, we had a guy named Ben, a guy named Josh, and our friend Jada. And I think those are the people that I'm remembering. And if I'm forgetting anybody, we'll definitely give them a shout out as well. But those were some of the extra on hands people that were there to assist with the cameras and the sound and the checking in and the setup. Because setup took a while. If you have been online recently, we have been getting some videos out of some of the presenters as well as the setup and time lapse video that was put up, and it was pretty cool to see it go from nothing through setup and through event back to nothing again. So all that was up and down within just a couple of days. Another great shout out to all of our presenters. There were 10 of us total, myself included. But all of the presenters except one, I have had at one of my luncheons previously. We, inquired many, many months ago to see who might be interested in participating. And we were able to narrow it down and get these 10 presenters, and I think they all did an amazing job. I was able to hear a bunch of their presentations and learn some new things and learn some things that I had, myself personally already knew, but I'm sure a lot of people in the room learned a lot of new information. And all of these are my colleagues, are out in the profession. Some of them are counselors, but also some of them are not in the counseling field. So it's great to be able to bring people in who can share information to you, counselors of the world, and get you to think a little differently. So that was kind of what my aim for this was, to get you to look at counseling maybe a little differently. How can we see our clients and help them in different ways, maybe ways that we wouldn't normally help them, whether that's to know who a referral is, or they're just knowing different skills and trying new things, or when they say something, being able to hear that a little differently than you heard it before, and maybe question things a little more than you would have otherwise. So overall, it was fantastic. I heard a lot of great feedback from everybody. If you would like to provide feedback and you haven't, you can do so in your surveys. You can also write us a review somewhere to let us know how everything's going. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to have your support, and let us know if you'd like to have something like this again. We did hear that from several people that this was a nicer, smaller conference. We had about 45, 55 people attending, and so it was easier to talk with people and move about than it is at one of those big national conferences, or even just like the state conferences. There's just hundreds of people, and it could be very tight and loud, and a lot is happening, and it just didn't seem like you were able to get in what you wanted. And so I heard that from people. So just the few things that I heard from people was great. I really was surprised by how well it went. I was hoping and praying that things would go well, and it really did. So thank you all. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for attending. Even if you couldn't attend, I appreciate all the messages and the check-ins from family and friends and colleagues on how this conference went. So that's good feedback. That's great to hear. We may try something again in the future. We'd love to have you, but thank you also so much for supporting me and supporting this business and being able to help all of you. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks again for joining me.